All right. Got a Friday night. Happy Friday, everybody. Got a Friday night podcast for you. Um, Today's topic. Make sure you join me over here uh, at Win with TAIBU over here on YouTube. That's where all the fun is happening. But I definitely have you guys and gals up on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Win with TAIBU. That's how we're doing it. Good evening. Trying to stick to my 8:30 routine. I want to know what y'all think. Do women cheat better still? We're going to go around and we're going to get some information from some of y'all. TikTok, y'all jumping in here. I appreciate y'all. Happy Friday. Do women cheat better still? I don't need a whole panel, but you're welcome to join. If you want to join, raise your hand. Let me know. I'll shoot you a link and we'll get you in here. Do women cheat better still? That's what we want to know tonight. Podcast, as always, is brought to you by the First Step Coaching Program. You definitely want to be involved in that. You definitely want to get down with that for sure. Got that ticker showing. There we go. Appreciate y'all for joining me. So I got some reaction reels. I promised you, son. Last night was a fiery, very spicy podcast. What I miss about my podcast life isn't the guests, isn't the hype, isn't the hoopla. What I miss is being able to impart these informations to you. Winning strategy is what we all need. Many of you are poor, broke, and you're losing, and you know you are. So you become depressed, and you make it everybody else's problem. Please stop making it everybody else's problem that you're losing. Just tap in with Coach TAIBU, man. I got the right coaching program for you. The First Step Coaching Program to teach you some winning strategies. All right. Make sure you tap in. Hi, everybody over here on TikTok. I'm glad y'all joining me on a Friday night. Something special right here. Behind me, TikTokers, you see Margarita Express. You guys don't see it elsewhere, but that's where I culminate the week's topics. This is Cheaters Week, and on Sunday, I'm going to have a great scenario for the blame game. I appreciate y'all. I'm not going to hold you back. Let's dive right into some of these reaction reels. Remember, join me over here at Win with TAIBU on YouTube to see the picture-in-picture action. So it came up that women cheat better. And I actually have a reel that we're going to look at the end of the day. Do women cheat better still? I have to say still because women want to be like men everywhere. They want to wear the pants. They want to make the money. They want to get out there and have HOEs too. Women want to be, they want to show that they can equal the men in everything. So men, how come we haven't caught up to them when it comes to cheating? Because we know women are doing it. So men, how come we're still sloppy and messy and getting caught? I'm going to give my opinion and my points of views and some winning strategies. If you are down with the sneaky link, if you're going to cheat, you might as well be successful. And I'm not saying that you should cheat. I'm just saying if you're going to cheat, let's help you be more successful at that thing, shall we? Y'all ain't ready for that realness, but I got to give it to you. But that's the energy I bring at the Margarita Express. Shout out to Reeves, the owner. The Margarita Express, he said to me after last week's live podcast, he said, man, we're going to make this the home of love, lies, and everything in between. That sounds good to me. That means I can pull up, entertain y'all for a couple hours, drink these really, really great and really tasty daiquiris. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Them things is fire. When you come out, the owner said the first 8-ounce margarita is on the house. You just don't want to miss it. I got a couple coming in that got married this year. They're going to tell you how to, get that thing right, ladies. A lot of you, and this is a couple that's in their late 30s and up. So, you know how difficult it is to find love after 39, right? And get married. You already know many ladies have kids, or even if they don't, the body's has some miles on it. Fellas, you've got that dad bod, and you hoping that dad bod is gonna get you there. You got a little money. You want to spend a little money. Hello, everybody. Let's go. So it's rocking over here on TikTok, man. Hi, everybody. I appreciate y'all for joining me on y'all Friday nights. Let's go. All right, waving at some folks over here. So Cheaters Week, it's a discussion about the cheaters that matters. And that's why our podcast, we're not talking enough. We're not communicating enough. I mean, shout out to those of you that have intimacy without any communication, but we need to communicate more. Like, if you're pulling teeth to get the person that you're with to talk back to you, I don't know. I mean, without communication, there's a lack of intimacy. You know, there's something to be said for body language and affection, yeah. But without that, come on, that mental and emotional stimulation that comes from verbal exchange. Come on, somebody. But along with that, like we discussed yesterday, manipulation tactics. It's a lot of stuff going on with the cheating game. Where does cheating originate from? I don't mean like in history. I mean in your relationships. If you've had more than 3 relationships in America, in the country of America, if you had more, you've been cheated on. That's the statistical fact. I don't care if you was teenage love, high school lovers, or colors, whatever's. If you have been in 3 or more relationships, you've been cheated on in some way, shape, or form. But where does it start? You know, where does cheating start? Let's discuss that. Does it start when someone walks into a room and you and your significant other are there and he or she is looking a little too long, allowing thoughts and feelings to develop, and then eventually acting on them? So cheating is a two-part harmony. There has to be an exchange. I'm not trying to alarm anybody. Just want to keep it real with you tonight. As a podcaster over a number of years, I've come to realize that a lot of us want to keep blinders on. We don't want to know if we're being cheated on. We don't want to address it. And that's probably why it's happening. So, yeah, let me dip off into these reaction. I'm gonna get y'all these reaction reels. Come on over, subscribe to Win with TAIBU, and let's get these reaction reels jumping and pumping. You just want to make sure that you get it in there. Tonight's podcast reels brought to you. I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the list first. What we got here? All right. I opened up a segment. We'll get back to this Cheaters Week, but I'm going to get some reaction reels because y'all want to know how a winning strategy coach deals with some of the stuff that y'all seeing. Because look, your minds are being framed around what's being put online. They've been doing that for TV for years. Your minds are being framed. I'm going to go through some reels and give my response to them because y'all need winning strategies. Y'all really, really do. All right. Let's go. Out of the mouth of babes. Young people. So we got some young folks fighting on here. I'm about to bring it up. We got some young folks talking some sense. So not all young people are tripping or misled. Some of them are very knowledgeable. But let's go to the garbage first. Teens fighting. Let's check it out and see what happens as a young man spits some knowledge to some young boys that's acting up. Bam. All right. I'm going to get this up on my screen share for you. You want to come over to Win with TAIBU and get the full measure on StreamYard as I'm doing my thing. Let's go. And if you want to be on the panel, let me know. I got you. Bam. Screen share. Ooh, let's go. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we got 2 teams fighting in the middle of the street, and a stranger walks up and starts breaking down some knowledge to them. Let's go.
Everybody on your phones now? Oh, y'all the real cowards. Record that too. Everybody on the phone, record that. Everybody record on the phone. Real cowards. cool, man. Y'all in the middle of the street. Look, she's smiling and laughing. They laughing. Look, he laughing. He got a big smile on his face, little bro. He got a big smile on his face. Look at your man right here. It's supposed to be your man. He dying. He can't look. He can't even laugh. Look, let's go. Looking up. Listen to that. Look, all laughing, little brother. But you really upset. And you really upset. You more mad than he is. I can see it in your face. So you defending yourself. Yeah, all right, so look, all right, look, little bro. So you on the right. You defending yourself. But look at the crowd. And little bro, look. Whatever you text him for that you don't know, you was ill-advised. My thing is, look at the trick of the devil. Who ill-advised you?
So I like this right here. An older gentleman comes in and steps in to some young people actually fighting, and he points out and he says, man, look, your friends are laughing at you. Y'all just entertainment. You know, y'all just entertainment. They laughing at you. You out here probably hurting each other, probably be lifelong enemies, may come back and shoot and kill each other. But to them, it's all fun. It's all fun and games. And I like this because, you know, the man is imparting wisdom and knowledge. But we all know that outside of a reel like this, you don't want to approach young people these days. What's going on over here? You don't want to approach young people these days when they're fighting and they're going crazy. So that man was very, very bold and very, very brave. But I wouldn't suggest that you do it. These days, there's too much going on. These young people is carrying weapons. I wouldn't say if you see young people fighting that you jump in there and try to stop them from fighting and try to preach to them. I'm just time and place, people. But shout out to that man for being brave enough to do it and the effect that it had. Because if you watch this reel, come on my page and watch it. You watch this reel all the way through, you'll see it may have had an effect on some of them young people.
Look around. Who ill-advised you? Who told you wrong? Who told you wrong? You don't gotta answer that. He said, who told you wrong though, little bro? And the only reason I'm saying this to all y'all, yo, because y'all almost men. All of y'all, yo. Y'all almost men. Y'all ain't kids no more. Y'all girls ain't little girls no more. Y'all, look, yo. Y'all men, yo. Y'all men, yo. 14, 15, 16, 17, y'all men. Start acting like it, yo. Y'all got parents, yo. Y'all got parents, yo.
A group of people, young people out there. And I made this point a long time ago on one of my podcasts that I myself saw a bunch of teens acting wild at a football game here in Texas. Just all the teens rushing somewhere to go see somebody probably fight or whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking to myself, all these teens, they're not homeless. That a lot of parents need to be held accountable for how their child's acting in the streets. Right? We all know what went on in Georgia, you know, with the kick door thing. So a lot of you parents out there, that's why I'm starting. I'm telling you right now, you can come to my coaching program. If you have an out of control teen or your teen is running the house, not even your teen, any young person in the house. If you have a youth that's out of control and you don't know what to do with them, you need my coaching. You need to have a winning strategy. Tap in, inbox me, DM me. We can get your situation straight. But this right here, all them kids acting up, I'm telling you right now, it's definitely not a situation where the parent really knows what's going on, and that's the most reason why it's going on, because all these young people out here these days, you know, there is no accountability at home, and the parents just don't know what they're doing. So it's tough out there. That was teens fighting. Here goes a young person speaking out. Dr. Umar. Very controversial brother, but he has this blackity black, you know, preaching type of, you know, philosophy. You know, the white man is using us, the Europeans are taking over, and, you know, black folks had to be, he's that kind of guy. He's going to come out and say it, you know, whatever he wants to say, but he's calling himself a doctor. I don't know if he has a doctorate or not. I don't know, but that's what he says. So Dr. Umar Johnson, so he's the guy that's, you know, really going hard, you know, pro-Africanism, all that stuff. But this young man right here has a different spin. Let's check that spin out and see what he's talking about. All right. And this, please forgive the language, but it's young people. Let's go. Put this out here. It just, some young people, they're trying to figure it out. So I gotta give that to them. Let's go.
Where did Dr. Umar come from? Every time I open this app, he's saying some bullshit. And I understand he's supposed to be a positive role model, an activist, all type of shit. But with that being said, if I look over and I see a bad white joint, that's me. You're not finna call me a disgrace to my community because I want to crack some shit, nigga. What is wrong with you? When's the last time you seen Dr. Umar pop out with a bad joint? You have never had no type of motion, but I'm supposed to listen to your ass, nigga? Talking about Dr. Umar. Nigga ain't got no motherfucking PhD. I'm finna go and get on that shit. And if I'm a disgrace to the black community because I want some Asians and shit, so be it, nigga. I guess I'm a disgrace. This not even.
So I like this a lot. I like this a lot because young people, you should be skeptical of how your leadership is leading you. I get into I get into trouble a lot, and my whole entire life I've had issues not with authority but with leadership. It's a difference. When they say you have problems with authority, that means that you have a problem with structures and structured situations. A problem with leadership is who is supposed to be supervising the move. And if the person supervising the move isn't getting it done, you should have right to call that individual out. You should. So I like this a lot. So young people, I'll take my hat off to you. Language to the side. I take my hat off to you for calling it as you see it. Are you a disgrace? Me personally, do I feel that an African person that gets in a relationship with the other other culture is a disgrace? No, I don't. I look at it more like, that person is going through a situation where historically they're not tapped in. Because historically, if you're tapped in, you know that you'll have more of a full life cycle, I should say, when you are trying to develop your community and be a part of your community and build your community within your own community, right? When you deal with the other, because of the way the Europeans have laid it down, you're just always going to go through the scrutiny of this person is doing this because they either couldn't get someone of their own kind. Just us. They can mess with. It's like they're bringing them up. They're so kind and looking out for that. But just us with others, that they're going to always view us as being deficient in some kind of way, and that's not fair. It's not a fair stereotype, but it is what it is. All right. So on that level, but as far as a disgrace, no, I just think that me personally, now having relations and kicking it, I think you should experience the 31 flavors of Baskin Robbins. I definitely think you should. I think before you settle down, young people, if you want to date outside the culture, whatever, whatnot, check it out, see what's out there, have a good time with that. Sure. For sure. As far as starting a family and building a family, you just need to know that if you do that with an other, you will be subject to a lot of scrutiny. It shouldn't be that way, but it is, unnecessarily. So I shout out to all these young people, man, being skeptical. Dr. Umar, maybe a little bit, over the top. Some of us, all of us are sometimes, but if his rhetoric is telling young African men that you're a disgrace to your race if you date, if you're even involved, with other types of cultures, I think that's doing a little bit too much. There's enough of every kind of everybody that we should all kind of be, to a certain extent, seeing what's going on. But me personally, my preference is, I'm saying, like, if you want to build a community and make it strong, you build from within your community. And they preach that too. If you want to build your community, make it strong, you build from within your community. That's age old. So I think that might be what Dr. Umar is basically trying to impress upon folks. He's just saying in a really harsh way. But this, man, shout out to him. Out of the mouth of babes, everybody. Young folks, stand up and speak your minds for sure. That's what's up. Stop sharing that, man. We going out here, TAIBU Muad'Dib, putting it down. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can't catch Cuddy and get him involved. He wanted to hit me up. Oops. There we go. See if my cousin want to get involved. Come on, stream. Just hit me up. Thank y'all for appreciating what I do as a podcaster and the knowledge that I impart. We're going to roll right through these. We're going to roll right. I heard that. We're going to roll right through these. All right. All right. What we got up next? So that was the young people. Some wilding out and needing a little talk. Some speaking up for themselves. All right. All right. On Cheaters Week, let's look at some funny stuff. Again, come on over to Win with TAIBU over on YouTube to get that picture-in-picture effect. I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick with y'all. I think this is funny. So whether it's a lady or a man, you can find out about the cheating, and what do? Now, massive success is really truly the best way to get somebody back if you're about that. If you're going to put any energy at all into getting somebody back, just get yourself together and be successful. I got to iron these colors next time. This color messing up on me. But if you want to get somebody back, get out there and be successful. That's what I say. Don't just go crazy and wild out, shoot, bust windows, slash tires. If you get cheated on or somebody's leaving you for somebody else, if you're going to put energy in anything at all, put energy in building yourself up, rededicate the energy to yourself, man, and be successful. That's the best way to get somebody back, because 9 times out of 10, when you get cheated on or somebody cheats on you or leaves you for somebody else, it's a highly likely that situation is not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So by you just put energy into yourself and bossing yourself up, man, you'll get a whole lot more satisfaction out of just being a boss and bossing up and showing that individual that they were a blessing to you by moving on or helping you move on. But this right here, fam, he snapped. Let's check him out.
See me, bitch? You must forgot I was the motherfucking maintenance man, bitch. I know you in there laid up with that fucking nigga, bitch. Neither one of y'all won't have no AC today in there, bitch. Neither one of y'all won't have no.
So the guy, he's upset at the female, so he goes around the house, because he has maintenance knowledge. He's pulling out stuff and disconnecting the heating and cooling system outside the house. Right? I think that's too much. What do y'all think? I think that's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. That's coming from a real place of hurt, right? So yeah, don't be that kind of person. Be in a mutual relationship. Earlier, I was talking about the origins of cheating. If you, as much as you possibly can, be in a mutual relationship. And what I mean by that, this is a winning strategy for all of you. If you're going to enter into a committed relationship of any kind, get a lie to the test first. Strap them up to the chair, man, and make sure that they have to answer some questions, man. I'm telling you right now, blind trust is not a winning strategy. So before you get serious with somebody, I don't care how much you think you're a good judge of character, put them through the lie detector test, man, for real. Just trust me. And when y'all do it, hit my page and let me know. Tag me in that, situation. If you do it next week, tag me in it. Win with TAIBU, man. Everything. Just tag. I want people to know that I have winning strategies for relationships. But short of that, try to make sure that your relationship is a mutual affection and attraction situation. For many of you, you force yourself on somebody and they just accept you. Guys, if you throwing money at it, ladies, if you throwing money at him, they just accept you because you just was persistent, and you finally broke through because they ain't had nothing else better to do. But you're not really their type. You're not really their speed. And as soon as somebody pops up that is, of course, they're going to go that direction. So you can't be tripping. So try to make sure that when you're dating and meeting folks, when you conversate, make sure your situation is mutual, that person wants to be there too. That's a short of a lie detector test. That's really the only winning strategy to trying to get around the cheating thing. A person that wants to be with you and they're not going to mess that up, messing around. No matter how that other person brings it to them, they're not going to mess up. If they want to be with you and want to, because we all know. We'll get into if they cheat, you cheat too, and stay with them. So we'll get to that down the line. Give me some time to get there. I seen that in there. But yeah, make it mutual. Let's move right in so we can get to our women. I'm gonna get to it. Let me roll through a couple more of these. All right. So this is a biggie, right? This right here, just this kind of vibe. This is really a biggie. Now we have the cheesecake lady, we have the brick lady. Now we got the lady that says, "Hey, she wants what she wants." All right, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this. Y'all just don't want to miss this opportunity to get right. Okay, y'all just don't want to miss this opportunity to get right. Let's see about that. I'm gonna go ahead and present this screen. We're gonna check it out. Bam. It says Memorial Day date left. Oh, excuse me. The Memorial Day date went left. She wants a man that's 40 plus with no kids. Right? So is she setting herself up for loneliness? So we just going to dive into this real quick. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But this is why I'm telling you the big three is fitness, finance, and relationships. That's what I coach. A certified goal achievement coach. That's what I can help you out with. I know it for a fact, hands down. You got to reach out to me if you're struggling in these areas. And I'm telling you right now, beginning with fitness, many of you are struggling in your relationships or to keep relationships because your self-esteem is down because you're not in shape. You definitely want to tap into my 12-week, 12-step weight loss program to get you right. This lady right here is a trip. Because if you look at her, I don't think she's not. I'm looking at, I'll be 50 this year. This woman right here, she has some gray too, but I don't know. I'm looking at her face right now, and I'm like, the brother, I don't know what he saw in her or whatever, whatnot. But this chick right here would not get a date with me at all. So, that's just what it is. But since the brother's on, let's check it out.
Tell me I got an attitude because I want a man that's 40 and up with no kids, and he got all these kids.
You do got an attitude.
Don't.
You do got an attitude.
No, I don't.
So
Ain't nothing wrong with me wanting a man with no kids so we can have kids.
you want a seasoned man. You want a seasoned man, 40 and up, with no children.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
good luck.
So the first thing I want to ask y'all is, how late in a woman's life can she have kids safely? Healthy pregnancy. Anybody know? Put it in the comment section. What's going on, RC? Let's go. Put in the comment section. Anybody let me know. I don't know what the age is. Ladies, jump in here. Because she looked like she up in age. And she sat there and said, "Hey, what's wrong with me wanting a man without kids so we can have kids?" Sure, people have gray at young ages, but the sister is talking about wanting a man with no kids so she can have kids with him or for him. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. I gotta check this out. Let's go.
That's right.
Finding that because
I will.
You wait
I
till
will.
but you
I
wait.
don't want no man
So wait a
with
minute.
a whole bunch of kids
So
already.
sure, you wait till we get on so we get to this date. We've been talking for a week
I
on the
don't
phone.
care.
You didn't say nothing about no
Yeah.
kids, nothing
That's
like
why
that.
we're on a date. We're
Okay,
getting to
so
know
we on
each
a date.
other. Now you
So-
know what I want.
So, look, ladies, stop trying to get a free. We not going. Stop trying to get a free meal. It's crazy. Like, that's nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the craziest thing. Just be nice. If that's the case, maybe she could have got that man to pay for that meal. I guess that's what she was out for. If she just would have been like, okay, you got 4 or 5 kids, okay, all right, and just then ghost him afterwards. But this stuff, of course, this stuff right here, every man gonna be like, what? He's like, we've been talking for about a week on the phone. You ain't saying about no kids. We get on the date. We out here kicking it, and now you just want to shut down. Nah.
And you recording? You how old and you recording?
That's right, I'm
How
recording.
old and you recording?
Because I want everybody to
You
see
recording me?
that this man calling me, telling me that
you are.
I'm
You
tripping.
You are.
Just
You are.
because
You are.
my standards
never,
is I
ever-
want a man that
the
don't
percentage
have no kids.
The percentage of you finding a man with no kids, 40 and up, is super low.
No, it's not.
Good luck with that.
No, it's not.
Good luck
No,
with
it's
your
not.
journey.
Are there any men out there 40 and up without no kids? In any culture, without no kids? I'll wait. Because everybody knows. I mean, if you start having kids after 40, it's just math, you know? So, I mean, you know, what are we doing here? What are we talking about? So, yeah, she, you know, that's just because ladies, if you wait that long to start having kids, that was just a decision that you making. I believe the pool is probably really, 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 really small. Let's check it out.
I bet you I will. I bet you I will.
Right,
I don't want no man that got all these kids
I don't know
hopping around. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Why you getting up? Where you going? Where you going? We can't hold a conversation. We can't hold a conversation.
We can have a conversation.
You was acting all like you like me and this and that.
She said you was acting all like you like me and stuff like that. Ladies, stop it. Stop it. That's a hard one. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It has to be mutual. You know, anybody can tell right then and there she was on one. You know, she was really on one. Fellas, for the type of energy we have to bring into a woman's life, make sure that it's mutual. You definitely don't want to be in a situation where she's putting you together, right? So you have to make sure that she's talking about her standards. Fellas, have some standards of your own. Have some standards of your own. That's real. You know, there's nothing more I can say about that. That was terrible. That date, yeah. And it goes to show you that people, that's why when I did the podcast, my very first one at JJ's, the question was, what's the most important question to ask on the first date? And people were all shocked to find out the most important question really is, am I getting lucky? That's the consensus question. More people said that than anything. And people were wondering like, if you're on the date, hoping to find somebody to marry, hoping that person might be that person, a good start on that journey. But that person's there and they only out for one thing. Get that out the way. Find that out off the rip. Whether you're asking that person asking you, hey, are you here just to have sex? Are you here just to get lucky? Are you here? You know, get that out the way. You don't want to go through a situation where you missing putting that out there because you deserve to know if that person just liked your beauty and keeping it real. Fellas, the same thing with you, fellas. If she's just horny and she just wants to get it on with somebody that checks off a couple of her boxes, and you tell her, God, man, I was out on a date with Shorty, man. She was popping, man. She had a good vibe. You know, I'm feeling her, man. You know, what y'all do, man? You know, we kicked it, man. We kicked it hard. You know, I ain't gonna go into all the details. We kicked it hard though. But then she ghosts you. Now you all despondent. Your friends asking what's going on. What happened to you with Shorty? You didn't ask that question. So ask that question on your first dates. Make sure you get it out there. Find out if they're out for just one thing, because a lot of people on them first dates, they definitely are. TAIBU More D right here, man, giving y'all winning strategies as I go down the line. But that's why I podcast, man. That's why I have a live podcast, to get that out there. Let's see what we have here. All right. I work out. I'm in shape. This one right here is two really swole women in some tight skirts. I was gonna put it on my show. I just want to know what y'all think. So come over here to Win with TAIBU and let me know if you think this is too much. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. I'm good personally where I'm at, even though I'm a pretty buff, solid body kind of guy. I'm gonna say yeah. I like the flat stomach, even the abs, but yeah, it's then the shoulders and I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say it's too much, but yeah, come on over here and check it out. Pretty women, don't get me wrong. I'm just gonna say yeah. They both have some yams and working with some yams, but. Yeah, I mean it's tough, and no shade on the LGBTQ community, but now that there is that factor to that factor, you have to factor it in. You have to factor in that there are men dressing up as women. So when you have women that are buff like this, it's cutting it close. It's cutting it real close. So there's masculine features that go along with them, they clearly they look like well-to-do sisters, take care of their body and all that. But I would just say it's a little bit too much for me. They got nice quads. That's good, but then you have the strong jawline and the shoulders, the massive shoulders. It's just a lot. So yeah. But come over there and make your comments. Let me know if you think it's too much. I think it's too much. That's me. I'm gonna stop sharing that. I think it's too much. Not by much, but I think it's too much. Me personally, I don't mind a woman, because when I was in college, I dated, women that athletes. I just think that's a bit too much. I think it's a bit too much. But shout out to sisters that's taking care of their body though. Oh man, look, you kind of want to know, are you being manipulated? So this brother right here, he has a good take on manipulation tactics. He says women, it's a guy talking, but I think it's on both sides of the fence. Let's go and see. I'm gonna present this real quick. Let's get that out there real quick. Make sure he's heard. This is a guy talking about manipulation. Let's go. Oops.
You for your reaction to their toxic behavior.
What you have to understand about women is
manipulation is when they blame you for your reaction to their toxic behavior, but never discuss the disrespect that triggered you. That is
okay. So the word trigger was something new when I moved to Texas. Like Texans really use a lot of good terminology, soul ties. I've heard a lot of stuff in the South that I was never, ever crossed my ears or my path in the North. So the trigger. So he's saying that, and I think it's on both sides. I think men and women both do this, but he's saying that manipulation is when the person is basically shooting it back at you and not being willing to talk about what they did. So if you show any kind of adverse reaction to something this person did to trigger your behavior, we're not going to talk about that. So you women out there, seriously, that want to have and keep a good man, whatever your definition of a good man is, my quick advice is this: don't make it so complicated for the man to enjoy your presence. All right, let's go.
It's one of the greatest excuses in the world.
Exactly.
Manipulation is when they blame you for your reaction to their toxic behavior.
So I can honestly say that honestly say that I've experienced this, and I'm glad he explained it the way he did, so succinctly. But in essence, you know, it's a big red flag. It's a big fellas. You watch this video and listen to this man talk. It's a huge red flag when she's being quote unquote toxic or really acting out, and then when you come at her like, "Hey, it's time for us to go," or "Hey, I'm finna dip out," and she's like, "What? Why are you tripping?" You know, that's the manipulation part. That's basically saying, "Let me act however I want to act, and you remain calm and let me do my thing." You know, that's a toughie. So yeah, don't let them steal your peace, fellas. Don't let them steal your peace, because you know because we got, it's tough for us out here, especially us brothers. It's tough. So, ladies, it's tough for the brothers out here. So you got one that wants to ride for you. Don't make it so difficult for him to enjoy your presence. All right. Y'all want to do one more before we get to it? Nah, they're like, nah, get straight to it. All right. Do women cheat better? All right. This right here. So I had to stop it for a second so I can share it, screen share it. So I got a man and a woman, and they both talking about
how long they've cheated and how many they've cheated with, and their man never knew.
So, do women cheat better still? This young lady, we're gonna listen to her. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it play, and we're gonna get back to it. But this young lady, I'll give her a thumbs up. I'll give her a thumbs up because she's basically saying, you men ain't got nothing on us. But let me tell you why I think that is. I think that even in the modern day sense, with so many different types of relationship now, cheating is watered down. It really is. It's not the commodity it used to be. You know, people still do get fired up over it, but just like different types of relationship, poly and stuff like that, cheating is it's watered down some. I'm not saying the impact it has on those of you who really believe they were in a faithful relationship, but cheating is kind of watered down some. People are more accepting these days, I believe, ever before in their partner stepping out on them. You know, not like where you know for sure, but I think that many people have an inkling of a suspicion and they're still letting it ride than back in the day. All right. But with that being said, ladies, you have to realize the sisters code is not dead. Women are more likely to want that man for themselves, no matter how the relationship started. Right? I can be kicking it with you, but then I get serious with this shorty, but then I don't want to stop kicking it with you because we got a thing. But I'm over here committed relationship now. Women are more likely to try to spoil that situation for that committed person. You know, so it's not the man being messy so much. Women are more likely to step on quote unquote toes, where the man, because he's getting the candy too, he's not willing to mess up the candy, right? So because women, you know, have 100% approval, because women can get quality, you know, opportunities easier than men. Let's just call it what it is. They're less likely to keep it to themselves or develop feelings because of the act. So it's not, I don't think it's that women are cheating better still. I just think that women are still in the mind frame of ruining it for the man or busting his thing up, where men are still like, I like this. If he's going out of town on the weekends, I come through, I bust shorty down on the weekend. I'm just keeping it real. So it's not a badge of honor for you ladies that, you know, you're cheating better still. You're not covering it up better. It's just that that man is willing to, you know, text you on a different app or send you or his smiley face or the heart or whatever emoji. You know, we're not looking for stuff like that. We really trying to make a living, probably to provide for you. But you know, y'all definitely on stuff like that. Who liked your page and liked your post that you made, but we don't really be on that type of stuff. So, you know, for those reasons, but definitely, ladies, yeah, y'all cheating better still, in my opinion, but it's only because that we still are in a place where men are less likely to bust y'all out. Because if men started busting y'all out, it'd be the same. It'd be the same. If men were comfortable, you know what I'm saying, you know, nipping off the free candy that they're getting, they and they put y'all out there, it'd be the same. We'd be a lot more reels out there about fools going upside fools' head and a lot of stuff happening because if men, be honest, think about it, if you bust shorty out, you know, you a sucker, you this and this and that. But if a woman does it, girl, he was right. He was a dog. Come on, somebody. So it's not even so societally acceptable for a man to bust a chick out if she's cheating on her man with him versus the sister doing it. If the sister does it, she's right for doing it. If the man does it, he's a sucker. Seriously, y'all know I'm telling the truth. Let's check it out.
No.
Women do not cheat better than men.
Why do you think that?
The reason why women do not cheat better than men. I'm gonna tell you why it's this false narrative that women cheat better than men.
Mm-hmm.
Men are not messy as women are.
Okay.
See, this is the thing about a man.
Wait, men aren't consistent with how they cheat. Women are. So if we saying we're going to the grocery store, we're gonna tell our man. We're gonna tell the man that we cheating with, hey, can you go buy some groceries? I'm gonna come over to your house and we finna do our little do, and I'm gonna just pick the groceries up from your house and come back home to my man.
So you ready? Back to what I was saying. Women are not better than men at cheating.
Okay.
Women are messy. Women are emotional. Women demand more. See, like, you got to understand, as a man, it's a flex for me to be able to sleep with you when you have a man. And I can't wait to send you back home to your man. Okay. Usually when a man is cheating with a woman, eventually, if the dick is good enough and the timing is good enough, and then she starts to get envious and wants you to be her man. So she starts leaving lipsticks in cars and lip glosses in cars and scratching backs and hickeys on your upper thigh and on your upper collar.
Bam. There it is. You see what I'm saying? He just basically said what I was saying. So I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. So I don't agree with him. Women do still cheat better. But only because of the reason he just said. He just said that. You know, we're not squilling as much as women are when the cheating starts happening. There's no catching feelings. You really, I'm not going to call a man a sucker if he catches feelings with somebody he's cheating, but maybe he felt he has a better connection. I don't know. I'm just going to say that he's messing up the game. If shorty feeling you and she starts cheating up with you because you have a good little work relationship or something like that, whatever the case may be, and then you want to bust up her happy home, you're messing up the game, bro. It wasn't for that. You're supposed to enjoy that, smash that, whatever the case may, and then move on, and whatever the case may be. Let her get back and do her thing. So that's all I'm basically saying right there. TAIBU more deep right here, man. Making sure that I get it popping with y'all. That was a very good segment for today. Winning Strategies. Get the book. Coach TAIBU's Winning Strategies. Get the book. Start thinking strategically. That's how I began to win and become really successful almost at everything that I'm doing now. And that's how you will too. Stop feeling like a loser. It's you innately. God put something in you that's great. So it's not you, just how you think and your emotions and where you come from. It's your strategies. And I'm willing to prove it. Tap in. Hit me up on the hospitality hotline, 682-514-5955. We'll go for a quick 15-minute discovery call. We'll find out if you're a good fit for the program. All right. We'll do it just like that. No pressure to buy. But let's have a conversation about how we can get you some winning strategies. Because when you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow will feel like paradise. TAIBU Muad'Dib. Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend out. See y'all Sunday at 4 p.m. at the Margarita Express. 6401 Cooper Street, Arlington, Texas. You don't want to miss it. Be there at 4 p.m. The show starts at 5. We're going to get live. We're going to do the dang thing. Again, one more time. 682-514-5955. Text or call the hospitality hotline today if you want a winning strategy for your life. All right. This is being, I'm telling you right now, don't wait. Look, don't wait. You'll put it off. You'll put it off. And so much time will go by, and then you'll tap in and you'll become more successful. My cautionary tale is this. With my strategies, you're going to make it. You're going to achieve your goal, whatever it is. I guarantee it, because I did. It's foundational, foolproof, guaranteed. But when you wait, you have less time to enjoy the victory, and that's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference. You don't want to wait and have less time to enjoy your victorious life, walking in your purpose. You don't want to wait. I'll be 50 this year, telling you, I know. I wish I had this knowledge and I had these strategies 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Imagine how much good living I missed out on not having the winning strategies I'm ready to impart to you. If you want a winning strategy for your situation, if you feel like you've been losing and you feel like you're down, if you came into this new year, like you had all this stuff going on, here it is, we halfway through the year, you've done nothing, or you haven't accomplished it, you're not even close to it. You haven't made much progress at all. All you need is a winning strategy. I'm telling you right now, just that. 682-514-5955. That's the hospitality hotline. Hit me up. Send me an email even, winwithtaibu@gmail.com. Come over and subscribe to my YouTube page to see everything that I just put up on the screen at Win with TAIBU on YouTube. You can't miss. I'm telling you, you can't miss. But I digress. I appreciate you all. I got nothing but love for you all. TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna find a way to get on Snapchat because my snap posse is tight. I'm gonna find a way to get my snaps out there. But I'm telling y'all right now, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. I'll see you on Sunday. Peace. Oh, I ain't want to stop. Love TikTok, man. TikTok be going hard. Bam. Let's go. I might get caught on my words sometime, but I do want to take a moment to be semi-serious. Many of you are struggling, and the problem is that you haven't walked back and seen yourself be positive, be successful. Part of my strategy is to get you to walk back and start where you felt things kind of fell down. Where did things really go all the way bad for you in your mind? And I'm going to show you how much control you actually had over that situation based solely on your response to it. We all face challenges, but when you have winning strategies, those challenges become learning lessons and tools to make you great and help you achieve excellence in your life. Be a light in somebody else's life, man. Take this program, boss yourself up. Others will follow you. TAIBU Muad'Dib. Man of my word. Let's go.